What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz here with another Mega Man X Dive news coverage video. And real quick, this is shortly after I recorded the previous video where it was announced that the Taiwan version is going to be end of service announcement in September. Now, the global version of the X Dive Twitter has tweeted out about an hour ago at this point. It is about 3 a.m. now where I am. I'm not sure when this is going to go. I want to have this up sometime later today before it gets too late. But they say it's important to note that Mega Man X Dive Mobile, NAE, LATAM, and Korea is an entirely separate game, and its servers remain online indefinitely for us to continue our thrilling adventures. Feel free to stop by the stream tonight for questions. Now, this tweet is seems very, very damage control-y, and that's why I kind of wanted to get into a little bit here. Because with the announcement of the end of service, a lot of things start to make a lot more sense now. Many of us had already assumed that, end of service was going to happen because of how the Taiwan version was operating with this event and some data mining information. But the first thing that jumped out at me is the word indefinitely, right? And I'm like 98% sure they use the word indefinitely just to kind of not give a definite time for them to shut down the server, because there's no way they're going to indefinitely run X5, right? However, that also means that they don't have to give a specific time frame in which the game will hit end of service. Now, one of the things I wanted to get into, I said some things make a lot more sense, is how Global was rushing to catch up to the Taiwan version. Now, I want to bring that in particular because that's very, very important, because, end of service isn't something that happens overnight. That's something way in advance. And all the parties that would need that critical information would know that ahead of time. A party that would need that critical information would be Nebula Joy. And if they are aware that their game is going to hit end of service, it makes sense to me that they would start rushing things a lot forward to try and rake in as much, interest and money as they can. Now, with that, we saw that the Taiwan version was really starting to slack on content a whole lot this year. And something else we noticed this year was that Nebula Joy mysteriously seemed to try to start rushing things a lot more as well. One of the things in particular is they even combined the Dive Festival banners for Joy Eclair and Angie into one banner, which we've never seen for any other Dive Festival that Nebula Joy has done, especially considering they want to rush to catch up to the Taiwan version for some reason. We've heard for a while that they want to catch up to the Taiwan version for some reason. And the reason that they probably wanted to rush to catch up to Taiwan so much was because of they knew that the end of service was going to occur. A little more about this tweet here. They say, and definitely feel free to stop by the stream tonight for any questions. Another reason I wanted to get into this is because what happened with Nebula Joy streams, they drop flash sales. Flash sales entice people to spend money, and they don't want people to think that their game is going to end of service within the next 3 months, because like I said, they still want people to spend more money. And I think that the flash sales are probably a pretty good source of income for them. However, I guess there's a chance that I could be wrong and that Nebula Joy does take over the global version of X Dive, though I find that extremely unlikely. Well, when I say the global version of X Dive, it's just like keeping the global version alive even after it should have reached EOS because of the Taiwan version. Nebula Joy doesn't really have to come up with any of the content or game modes because they get everything from the Taiwan version. So once the Taiwan version goes, there's not going to be anything else for us to do, right? Unless they constantly cycle to rerun the old events, which the Taiwan version did for about 6 months. So there is that. But it's even at the points where we don't even have the right music in events. We can't fix specific things because we have to wait for the most recent build of the game from the Taiwan version, because they're the ones that have the build, they're the ones that can fix things immediately. So it feels very, 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 I don't know if I want to say disingenuous. It's we're gonna, they're separate games and servers will remain online indefinitely. I'm just I find that extremely unlikely. And like I said, a lot of things just seem to fall into place now and make a lot more sense. There is a chance I could be wrong. I don't think that chance is very high, and I do honestly think that the global version will hit EOS pretty soon as well here, especially because we're rushing so hard for some mysterious reason to catch up to the Taiwan version. And like I mentioned earlier, even to the point where we combine 2 dive festivals to just catch up to not to catch up, but to like speed into things a lot faster. Now, I'm not sure what this means in terms of actual content for the global version. I don't know if we'll actually end up getting like the collab stuff. So I would recommend just like not spending on X Dive. I don't think it's worth it at this point, especially because the base version is hitting end of service. So, like I said, I feel like this is just damage control to try and, you know, get as much income as possible before they actually hits EOS, and then like in 3 months, it's like, oh yeah, maybe by the way, maybe not 3 months down the line, but around the same time as the Taiwan version, they might hit us with the, oh yeah, by the way, we're also gonna have to hit end of service. So maybe like a month and a half or 2 months. You know, they'll be like in September, you know, we're gonna end it. But like I said, I don't know how they're gonna do the content. It could be longer, just because there is still quite a bit of content that we probably have in our build. So, I don't know how long that is, but yeah, that is something I just wanted to talk about. Because I saw this tweet, I was like, wow, this tweet seems very, no, please, we still need your income. This tweet doesn't feel like, you know, that this is here because they're different games. This tweet just feels like, no, spend money on us still. At least that's the vibe that I'm getting from it. But yeah, if you choose to still spend money on X Dive, you know what? Hey, go for it. I cannot stop you from spending your money. Yeah, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Nebula Joy, so I stopped spending money on the game. It'll be a year in September, so there's that for me. But yeah, whatever you guys choose to do, I hope you enjoy your time in the rest of X Dive, and I will see you with some more content later. Don't know what it is, but oh, it'll be something. Anyway, later.